What's up, guys? My name is Punch,
Oh,
in the pooper, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Alright, hi guys again. Welcome back from a nice long break, since actually the last video I uploaded yesterday was from the Friday that I left before 4th of July weekend. I, I just ran out of time. I thought I would have enough time to do everything, but it takes a long time for it to change into um, an MP4 file to upload to YouTube. Maybe there's a way I can I don't know, maximize that. I'm sure, but it's just not really something I'm too worried about right now. But it takes a long time, and by the time I was about to leave, I had just finished. Um, I just finished uploading 29, I believe, and I just ran out of time, and yeah. But here we are, anyway. Oh, but I hope you guys did have a fun and safe July 4th weekend. But here we are, last episode. So much shit went down for Punchy. We killed two of our quote unquote friends, me and Rena. We ran, and the people, like the doctor or manager or some shit, they, I think it was a doctor, like a person pretending to be a doctor. Was with a group of people that were very much like the two dudes that attacked us. Um, uh, but we were running away, and then now this is up. We're not sure what's happening yet right now. But anyway, the smoking room was filled with a cloud of cigarette smoke. Oh, I forgot to turn off the lights. Alright. The expensive smoke filter gave off some crackling electric noise, but it didn't seem like it was going to do anything at all. Why do smokers have to be shoved so far down this corridor where the sun didn't even reach? I recalled hearing that the tax revenue from tobacco was about a tenth of the municipality's revenue. We were the most heavily taxed members of the municipality, so I really wish they'd show us a little more respect. Oh, hello. Very straight haired and square jawed man. Why would you discard the 5 manzu there? That it's just decreasing your options. One of the younger detectives was having a staring contest with the mahjong magazine called Next Turn. That's new. Is that Oishi-san? Oh, no, that has to be the other guy, right? You're still in Tenpai if you cut the 5 manzu. Okay, there's no more talking. That was weird. If you're betting on Haite, then you shouldn't be going into it with the manga. Gubu-chan, look at the pond. They all discarded a 5 manzu. It's a safe tile. You'd hate it if, at endgame, someone was sitting on Tenpai on the last turn, wouldn't you? The kid let out another groan, put out a cigarette, and took out another one. I just don't agree. Why would you reduce your own options? By the way, can't you call Ron with your winning tile in the Haite? I don't really know how to play mahjong. I don't know about you guys. What? Why is that? Just then, I heard a voice coming down from down the hall. Are you here, Oishi-san? You have a call from a civilian. Whoa, ain't that something? Well, see you soon. Well, why can't you call Ron on it? Oh, hold on a second. Oishi-san? That's interesting. The man sitting in the seat Oishi-san was heading towards waved at the phone receiver. Outside line, from a payphone. Oh, why thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. This is Oishi. Who is it? Oishi-san? Hello? If it isn't Meibara-san, why good evening. From the tone Meibara-kun's voice, I already knew he was in a predicament. This was the first time Meibara-kun had phoned me. He was calling from a payphone. Please calm down. Did something happen? Well, His voice was erratic over the line. He had completely lost his sense of composure. After checking that nobody else could hear, I prompted him in a hushed tone. What happened? Um, I, I, I. Calm down, Mirabar-san. I can have the local officers head to your location. I'll be there soon too. Uh, I think that's impossible. His voice was quivering and hoarse. He wasn't surrounded by people, even as he was making this call, was he? Mirabar-san, you come from a payphone right now, right? Where is that payphone? There were no other sounds besides Mirabar-kun's voice. It had to be a phone booth. I scratched out a note and thrust it at my colleague sitting across from me. Hinamizawa, phone booth. He noticed it quickly and hastily stared on the internal lines. Calm down, Mirabar-san. What is your current situation? It usually wasn't a good idea to tell someone panicking to do so, but this was not a usual case. Mirabar-kun didn't just get in trouble, get away, and then call me. He was in the midst of something dangerous right now. But yelling at Mirabar-kun right now would just needlessly cause him to be even more frantic. Mirabar-kun wasn't just calling to seek help. He was trying to tell us something more than that. And whatever that was, if I didn't get it from this call, I was certain there would never be another chance. My colleague pushed a note in front of me. There was only one phone booth in Hinamizawa. A patrol car is on the way. 5 minutes. That's too long. How many officers are in there? 2. Not enough. If it was as I imagined, there were likely quite a few people surrounding Mirabar-kun. 5 minutes was too long. Did you call the officer station in Hinamizawa? He's scheduled to be on patrol. They're currently out, and it'll be impossible to contact them. God damn! Kuma-chan, bring the car around. Understood. Let's go, Kuma-chan. Hello? Oishi-san? I don't know why I coughed and coughed at the same time. I said cough and coughed. Hello? It's alright. I can hear you loud and clear. There's something wrong with Mirabar-kun. That wasn't a normal coughing sound. Vomiting? Or was it blood? Had he already been attacked? Was he injured? Mirabar-san, the police are on their way. They'll be there in a couple of minutes, so hold on somehow. Hello? Can you hear me? Mirabar-san! I could hear on the line that he was having a coughing fit. Oh Jesus. The worst possible situation popped into my head. Mirabar-san, who is the culprit? How many are there? I thought at first the culprit was human. That's what to say heck too. I couldn't tell if that was a cough. Oh, I couldn't tell if that was a cough or vomiting. Are you alright? Mirabar-san! I thought that the culprit was a person, and not Oyashiro-sama's curse. Up until right now. But I guess in the end I actually can't cough well because ever since I came back from July I've had a weird tingling in my throat. It was an intense bout of coughing, then vomiting. But I guess Osama does exist. No, he's here. Mirabar-san, please just calm down. I've been thinking it was strange for a while now. It's been following me this whole time. I run and run and run and run. This goes with like Punchy just stammering "I'm sorry" earlier, right? But just sticks to me like my shadow. But slowly, so slowly, it's digging itself into my back. Mirabar-san, are they right now, perhaps, right behind you? Behind me. Right behind me. Please, Mirabar-san. I can tell you're scared. But please, who is it that's right behind you? I can't just look behind me. If I do, I understand that you're scared. But please tell me. You just need to turn around a bit. Who is it? Who is behind you, Mirabar-san? Right after I said that, I could hear him vomiting intensely. What followed was a nightmarish sound. Mirabar-san, it couldn't be that you're clawing out your own throat? There was no answer. Oh, fuck! But I could hear something like scratching. No! There was a bang, as if something had just been hit. Margaret probably dropped the receiver. I could hear groaning and vomiting all over the other end, and a repeating, abnormal noise. Hello? Hello! Mirabar-san! Hello! I knew how far my voice would sound on the other end, but I couldn't help but shout. At that moment, I heard whispering, coming from the other end. I couldn't tell what he was saying. The way he was saying it, was he talking to himself? Or was he talking to someone there? Hello? Mirabar-san. Rather than whispering, It was some kind of mantra he was chanting over and over. Is it I'm sorry? I focused my senses, trying to pick up what he was saying. What was he repeating? What exactly? Is it I'm sorry? Beep. Suddenly the line went dead. Did he use up his time? It was because it was a payphone. It was because it cut so abruptly. The last thing he said came out so clearly in my mind. Oishi-san, the car is good to go. Oishi-san? It was... I'm sorry. I thought so. Oishi-san? That's what he was repeating over and over. He said, I'm sorry. I had a gut feeling. There was no longer a need to hurry. I could hear the chirp of the Higurashi, spilling in from the open window. Higurashi sound. Wait. Okay. I should have been able to hear them this entire time. I just wasn't paying attention. Why did I focus on them all of a sudden? That's Punchy. Ugh. Rest in peace, Punchy. Were they trying to tell me something? Only the Higurashi knew. That's how I felt. That's why they're crying. Whoa, jeez, that ended so fast. Damn it. Oh, shit. Oh, there's more. Okay. July 1983. In Hinamazawa, a remote village near Shishibo City, there was a murder involving 2 female students. Suspect? Punchy Miraba, aged, I don't know, in the 10s-ish, 10s to 20s. The suspect called over his 2 female classmates, Reno Ryugu, Mi and Sonozaki, to his house and beat them to death with a metal bat. Untrue. That's so false. The scene of the crime was the suspect's room on the 2nd floor of his house. Boy, that's not fair. The inside of the room was covered with significant quantity of splattered blood, and there were signs of a struggle with the victims. In addition to the scene of the crime, the entryway, living room, and kitchen all had traces of a struggle. At the entryway, a shoe rack and a wall had evidence of being impacted by a strong blunt force. It is believed to have been the same bat as the murder weapon. Bullshit! Having no traces of blood, it is believed the destruction occurred before the murders. There's the possibility that the suspect overpowered his victims to keep them from fleeing. Not fair. That's so unfair. In the living room, the rug had been pulled back, then thrown aside. It is hard to believe that this had connection to the struggle with the victims, and thus the reason for this remains unknown. Was I looking for the needle, I think? In the kitchen, the garbage bag was torn apart, and its contents were spread out on the floor. The garbage was strewn around in the surrounding area, and handprints believed to belong to the suspect were discovered. It is believed the suspect had, for some reason, taken out the garbage and struck it with his fists. The reason for this remains unknown. Yep, looking for the needle. In addition, there was a note stuck to the fridge. The words, "Was there a needle?" were written on it. The meaning behind this remains unclear. Ugh! Just in case, the garbage was searched, but the needle was not discovered. God damn it. Though the garage door was functional and had been left open ever since the suspect moved in, the garage door was found closed. The suspect's fingerprints were discovered on the garage door. The reason behind this remains unknown. I know all the reasons for this! But Punchy's dead, so I guess it doesn't matter. The suspect fled from the scene of the crime. However, a patrolling officer, Hinamazawa local PD, found the suspect collapsed inside a phone booth. At the time of the discovery, the subject was unconscious in critical condition. He was rushed to the local hospital for treatment, but did not regain consciousness and died 24 hours later. This is weird though. This is like outside. Okay. The results of the autopsy indicate the immediate cause of death had been hypothalamic shock. Oops, sorry. It was determined the suspect had clawed out his own throat with his fingernails. The resulting bleeding caused his death. No, it was the drug. With a similarity to the death of Tomotakis-san the prior week, the police believe there to be a connection and have opened an investigation. However, due to the wish of local authorities, it will be a confidential investigation. Due to the abnormal nature of the death, it was suspected that there were drugs involved, but as with Tomotakis-san, no traces were discovered. What prompted all this remains inexplicable. As such, this case is being treated as an act committed on impulse. However, with several accounts of suspects' bizarre behavior leading to the incident, it is possible that this was premeditated. Separated from his group of friends, isolation, inexplicable behavior. Several days before the incident, the suspect began carrying around a metal bat. The suspect was observed displaying aggressive behavior, as well as talking to himself at school. His classmates have actually heard portions of what he was saying. What was I saying? 2 days before the incident, the suspect declared to his parents the possibility of his death. Due to the circumstances, the police have begun an investigation on the possibility that this crime was not committed on impulse, but instead planned several days in advance. Bullshit. Afterwards, a note was found in the suspect's room that he had written himself. The note was written in 2 sheets from B5 college notebook, and each had torn in half. As trying to conceal, it was stuck behind the clock on the wall. The contents are as written in the appendix. The police believed it to be strongly related to the incident. The police changed line of investigation based on the possibility the suspect was involved in some sort of incident himself. However, no further clues were found, casting doubt on the credibility of this note. Bullshit! Was this crime impulsive or premeditated? With the situation unclear and no further developments, the case has been labeled as unresolved. Well, we tried Punchy, didn't we? However, the following year, suspicion arose regarding the nature of the note. The note was not written on 2 halves of B5 paper from 2 separate sheets, but originally a single sheet of B5 paper. In order to erase several lines in the middle, someone had torn them out. Oh shit! Oh, what? Who found it? Judging from the size of the letters, the missing section is estimated to be 2 or 3 lines. It is highly probable that the person who eliminated the lines in the question is not the suspect. In addition, judging from the trace of large quantities of cellophane stuck to the back of the clock, speculation that something other than the note was stuck there had arisen. Oh fuck, what was stuck back there? I forgot. The person who had first discovered the crime was a detective, rumored to have connection with the incident. Kurado Oishi. He underwent voluntary questioning but denies involvement in it. Any damages to the note? Wait, what? The suspect's note. I, Punchy, am in fear for my life. I do not know why they are after my life. Only thing I do know is that has to do with Oya Shirasama's curse. Ren and Min are conspirators of the perpetrators. There are 4 or 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. This is all on the first sheet. Everything below this has been ripped out. What was back there? I have to look back on it. This is from the second sheet. Everything above this has been ripped out. I have no idea why he's become like this. If you're reading this, then I'm probably already dead. Though the only difference may be the presence or lack of a body. You, who are reading this, please uncover the truth. That is my only desire. Punchy Maribara. I forgot what was back there. Oh, wait, enter. I have to look up what's... So Ishi-san has it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Higurashi when they cry. Alright, that's chapter 1, first arc. What? Okay, oh, this is what you guys were saying, right? All cast review session has become available to play. Select extra on the title menu and pick all cast review session. Okay. I know you guys wanted me to do that, so I'm gonna do that. But I remember you guys wanted me to do something. Really quick, I'm gonna check what that is, and I'm also gonna check what was stuck behind the clock. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So, I had to check in it. Luckily, I got to, I forgot what I got. It was like a Snopes thing, where, or TV tropes thing, where like, it actually like blocks out a lot of things, so you can actually read a lot of the spoilers, which is great. So I just like Controlled F for clock, and he hid the syringe there that Mian left, or that Mian was going to use. But okay, so and then Martin and Greg seconded, said that I should give my thoughts on like what's gonna happen in the second chapter and what's just going on in general. I don't exactly understand how this, like, is the second arc going to be what happens after? What I'm thinking is Punchy's dead. It's kind of, I'm really confused because it already mentions the year after this happened, so I assumed the year of the Watsunagashi. Around that time, people thought about the note, and then assume that people realize that um, or maybe I don't really know because like police don't really reopen things. So someone maybe thought about it and then went to check the evidence and realized that it was two different sheets of. It wasn't actually two different sheets of paper. It was one with something ripped in the middle. That Oishi-san clearly took out. I don't remember. Like he wrote so much in it. I don't really remember which parts he ripped out. I'm wondering if the second chapter maybe um I'm gonna say it's either something with that shows a little more backstory, or at least a little more of the maybe the girls, or like the villagers and such of Hinamazawa's viewpoint on what's happening. Like maybe one thing I think happens, and maybe it replays kind of over again, and we see things from like Rena's point of view or Mian's point of view, and like Rena's will maybe Rena's might be one arc. I guess because like what I'm thinking is like maybe if there are multiple arcs, maybe they go with the characters. So this one was Punchy's, and from it Punchy dies. Um, Truth be told, I actually don't, I don't know if it would go through all the side characters because I mean, it had some Punchy in Punchy story. We found out like it was Toko's brother. It's like Toko's family, and stuff, and Rika's family that was involved and that died. So they were involved with that, but like not much really with the with Punchy's with this arc. So like the next day at school, it's only Satoko and Rika left. They weren't that involved, which is interesting. But they kind of knew, didn't they? I guess Mian might have said something. Um, but maybe it's gonna show from Rena's point of view, when she was in, like, starting from when she was in Himazao, what might have happened to her, and then, what happened to her when she moved, and then like when she whatever psychological thing happened to her when quote unquote Osama activates in her, and then like what's kind of happening in her head when like Punchy's around and he learns more about everything, and she goes super batshit crazy, and then maybe arc 3 is Mian's arc, so maybe we can see like we saw her cry and stuff, so and then like get really angry again, so but hers seems to be more of the general villagers view, you know. um One thing I have no clue about is the group of dudes and the quote unquote like the manager. If I'm zero clue on that. I mean, like, well, I guess I mean what we do know is that they were in league with Mian and Rena. So, but it's like Rena really feels like she's not, like she's got her mental case going on, but she's like kind of almost like there's something different about her. Maybe it's because she was just featured more in this arc, but like how do I put it? She was just she's a little more different than the rest. Like the rest are all like with the dam related and Hinmazawa related. She seemed really different because she left and she came back. So Mian's might be like the villagers, like the ones that maybe that attacked her and tried to run her over, or run Punchy over, I should say. Like maybe that'll be one arc. I don't really like if there are more than 3 arcs. I really don't know. Um, if that's not it, then maybe the next chapter is just like the Oishi-san arc, trying to figure out like why he took it. Like there must be something that tells that, right? Just like how there must be something that tells what the hell is up with like the random dudes that, well, quote unquote random dudes that attacked us, who we're pretty sure was with me in. That's what I think. So, but my main one, after I actually talked it out more to you guys, is that there are more arcs, but they are specifically for the side character. Like Punchy, this is Punchy's arc. This is what happened to him. He dies in the same way as Tomotage-san, unfortunately, and he just becomes another cry of the Higurashi. We know why they cry. And that's my main one, essentially. Like, next one, I think, will be Rena's point of view, you know? But yeah. And then, so now we're going to try Extra. So this is the, we could have done everything here, okay. So the all-cast review session. I'm not exactly sure with this, but I know you guys told me to make sure to do this, so we'll see. Oh, this is interesting.
Thank you for buying Higurashi when they cry.
Oh, God. I haven't done that voice in a long time.
Onikakushi.
Ugh. A visual novel by 07th expansion. How was it? If you enjoyed it, even a little bit, it would make me happy. Yes, it made me happy. Rena? Even a little bit of stretching it. The incredibly dark ending made me angry, you know? Seriously, I totally agree. You weren't even featured that much. It made us angry. You don't look very angry. I honestly thought actually something was gonna happen with those two. Like, I remember with the zombie thing. Oh! Thanks, Rena. As I understand it, this Onikakushi. Oh wait, Onikakushi, that's the thing with when it was like the Ogre Land, right? What Hinamazawa used to be. Chapter is supposed to be. Oh wait, that's Onikafuchi, isn't it? Oh wait, are the ogres called Onikaku? Okay, well, I figured that out too. So it's somewhat of a prologue to the entire series. Wow, what do you mean prologue? How could the prologue have such an incredibly dark ending? Good question. Yeah, but doesn't that happen sometimes? The player digging through the story in order to avoid a bad ending is the point of these type of games, after all. True, but I didn't really have a choice, did I? It's still just the first chapter. I'm looking forward to the next one. What happened to the next chapter? Rena, do you know? Of course Rena knows. Yeah, they said the next chapter will introduce another aspect of the story. Ah! So this is why you guys were telling me to pick it out. Interesting. It's good to actually know, you know, without having to like look online to read ahead. That's a strange way of putting it. What does that mean? In this chapter, they introduced a string of mysterious deaths that were happening in Hinamazawa recently, right? The next chapter will introduce some of the history of Hinamazawa. Ah! With one strange event happening after another, I got totally lost. What exactly is Oyashiro-sama's curse about? Actually, what is Oyashiro-sama to begin with? They didn't explain it much. That's exactly true. I mean, as far as like, I say we know, you guys know a lot more than me. Excuse me. As far as I remember, Osama's curse was because Onigafuchi, which I think is the name of Hinamazawa before it was Hinamazawa in the olden times, was like a separate world / dimension from like from the human world. And Osama put a curse on anyone from Onigafuchi that would leave, or vice versa, would put a curse on anyone who happened to somehow wander into Onigafuchi. But then now that they mention it, they didn't exactly say what would happen, did they? And Osama, they acquitted, like they equal. I don't know how to say it. Said the same as a warden. So I said as a jealous girlfriend or something. I haven't heard much about it, but I have kind of a bad feeling about it. You have it apparently. It feels like it'll be another one of the scary stories when somebody gets cursed again. Oh jeez. So Tough luck, Punchy-chan. Am I gonna die again? One thing I'm confused about is there's a prologue, but Punchy died already, so I'm a little confused about that. Unless she said it from a different aspect. So does it like the story happen again, but like does it just happen differently or something? Or do we see the same story? So that's why Punchy's gonna die the same way again, but we're gonna see just from a different way. And this does include such right now setting it would include the history, which is kind of what I thought maybe, like, or at least Rena's history. So we'll see. But it'll be good to know like more details about what happened. What kind of curse is he gonna get hit with this time? Oh, poor Punchy. However, I'm looking forward to see what kind of story it's going to be. Me too. Oh. Sorry for being late. My bad, my bad. I thought something creepy was gonna happen. Oh, Tomitake-san, what's up, man? Hey, everybody. Good work today. Same to you. Huh? Where's Punchy-chan? Punchy-kun is already off. Read the script for the next show. Oh, this is interesting. It's as if it's like a actual like horror movie. I like that way. That way, it's like when Punchy was just believing that had those weak-willed thoughts that like it was Oyoshiro-sama's curse. Makes me feel better knowing that this is a this is just like a movie. Must be hard being the main character. Huh? That's too bad. Could have at least poked in to say hello. It's probably because he doesn't have any character art, so he couldn't poke his head in if he wanted to. Actually, he does have it. Rika-san, that's what we refer to as a personal problem. In any case, the story really was a lot of trouble, especially for Punchy-kun and Rena-chan. Trouble? That was the mother of all bad ends. Yeah, that was a terrible ending. I wonder, what was the identity of the thing that attacked Punchy-kun? Wait, something attacked me? Fuck, what? I remember, the one thing, I asked my sister about this. I remember telling her about when we dug into Punchy's memory in the tip, and he turned around, it was like something was eating his brain or something. I completely forgot about that. My theory is that it was the work of people made to live like a curse. I think so too. But at the end, Punchy made that phone call. Yeah, I also thought that call was strange. I did too. At that point, Punchy-chan should have been certain that the culprits were people. Like, what exactly happened? That really was a strange phone call. It almost sounded like he was being chased by a ghost or something. Well, that's what the feeling he got. I mean, he was still on those drugs, wasn't he? Oh wait, I was never pricked, was I? But I mean, he was kind of losing it. Just from that phone call, it really makes me think that it was a work of a curse after all. Since we're all here, why don't we all have our share of theories? Interesting. Let's start with Sonozaki-san. I absolutely believe it was people. I think it was a man-made incident that was just imitating the strange folklore floating around Himazawa. That's what I was thinking. Certainly. Every year, on the day of the festival, for another link in the chain of mysterious deaths to happen certainly is suspicious. That so-called chain of mysterious deaths is definitely somebody trying to reenact the folklore. Definitely. This is great, whatever this is, like fourth wall, very meta and stuff. I think it was the curse. Looking at the scene where Punchy-chan went berserk in this entryway, and the last scene with the phone call, I just couldn't come to the conclusion that a person was the culprit. Interesting. When we say it that way, it really wasn't the type of scene that would make you think it was the work of an actual person. Maybe there's something in Hino, I don't know, is there like a drug in Hinozawa that like makes people go crazy or something? I guess it would happen to more people, but I don't know. Yeah, but even then, I also think it was the person who did it. That last scene and the one at the entryway, I think might have been a delusional episode brought by post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm with Tomitake-san on that one. I wouldn't know what's going on anymore, even if you didn't use such complicated words. In other words, Punchy was so scared that he was imagining things. Then, what was the meaning behind that scene? What exactly was the mysterious presence behind Punchy? A red herring. Red herring. Or was I supposed to spell that? Michan, what do you mean by a red herring? Like old man Tomontaki here said, that scene was the result of Punchy-chan having stress-induced delusion from being mentally cornered. To expand on that a bit further, it was the ploy to make the player think it was a curse. That's why it was a red herring. Well, when you say it like that, but, well, it just means that there's that possibility. In that case, the theory that Oishi-san proposed during the story, that it was conspiracy by the villagers, was correct. What does that man himself have to say about that? Me? It makes you think, eh? Huh? I totally thought that Oishi-san would be behind the people explanation. During the story, I said it was definitely the work of people, but if a person really was to blame, that leaves a lot of loose ends. Like what? Let us hear what Detective Oishi-san's theory is. He's a detective, so he should have a pretty damn good theory, right? First of all, if a human is the culprit, then there has to be a motive. In other words, somebody has to gain something from it. I would assume it's like the villagers. So what you mean is, if this was the work of people, there would have to be something gained from causing the chain of mysterious deaths. Exactly. I felt that somebody could have benefited from the deaths of people related to the dam development, but the recent victims weren't related to that at all. First off, who benefits from killing Punchy-kun? I mean, yeah, his is kind of weird, because, like I kept saying, he didn't die in the Watanagashi, he died on a random day. Just like from provoking things, you know? That one really confused me. It really was people. It's like when a murderer doesn't follow his whatever they call it. I remember it off from like Criminal Minds and stuff. I see. If you say it like that, my case is kind of weak too. I mean, none of your money was stolen. There's no way it was human culprits. But that's not everything there is to it, right? Like Michan just said, there might have been some sort of reason for them to reenact the folklore. Exactly. This wasn't a murder where you considered the typical motives. It makes me think that it was most likely some sort of ritualistic murder to reenact the bloodstained history of the village. So, I'll ask the question of the hour: who gains from this reenactment? It's not about simple benefit. It's more of a psychological reason. I think that maybe this was an act of revenge, something native to the region. Fate wasn't able to be fooled this time around. I see. A member of some repressed family looking to air out an old grudge of their ancestor. Something like that? I don't like that. Then what is it? It couldn't be that you're leaning towards the curse explanation, Oishi-san. That's right. The man playing detective said so. It's decided it was a curse. No one decided shit. Satoko. If, like how Meibara-san was said during the story, it was the case that Oishi-san possessed Ren and Sonozaki-san and committed those acts, that would fit the evidence the most, as much as I hate to say it. Actually, I'm of the same opinion as Oishi-san. I can't come up with any explanation for the normally kind Rena and Michan to suddenly start acting strange like that. I just kind of thought it was like really into like the village and stuff. About that, it may sound strange coming from the person herself, but I think that Mian did it. Oh god, it's that creepy Mian face. I don't get what Mi is saying. I'd like an explanation. Me too. Oh, sorry. In other words, I think this may end up being a really cruel story. How so? Huh? Wait, Mi-chan? You don't mean... If you follow the trail of evidence to the very end, that's how it would seem. I also have my suspicions. What? I'm lost now. In other words, Rena-san and Sonozaki-san both actually had those personalities to begin with, and were merely deceiving Meibara-san. Oh, that's horrible. Am I right? Thank you. I don't like that at all. No. This is all the curse's fault. Rena-san and Mian-san and everybody else are kind, nice people. That's an interesting thought. I never actually thought about that, because assume that they were nice already. I think that too. I think that Ren and Mian-chan are really good people at heart. I think that during the story, they definitely were possessed by something. So Ren also thinks it was a curse. Let me ask everybody who thinks it was a curse. There has to be a reason for a curse, right? I don't think there would be something indiscriminately cursing everything. Can somebody explain that? A curse is a curse. Human logic won't get us anywhere. Fair point. Hahaha, Satoko-chan. A personified identity is, in the end, nothing more than a creation of people. That's why their method of thinking is also understandable to humans. Just take a look at the Greek pantheon. They cry, get angry, get jealous. Basically, they're just like humans. So what you're saying is, Osama is cursing people with some benefit in mind? That's an odd way of putting it, but basically, yeah. This is so interesting. Like, reading stuff of the backstory. That's why they say, far from Jupiter, far from his thunder. Ah, you do have a point. Basically, it doesn't matter if it's Osama or humans. There has to be a reason. But Rika, what if that reason isn't clear? I don't know. That's right. This is still just the prologue. There's still a lot of stuff that hasn't been revealed yet. Oh jeez, yeah. There's so much stuff that's still going on. Yeah, it's hard to come up with any more theories at this point. Oh, I won't be satisfied until all this is all made clear. Seriously, Yan-san seems rather particular about this as well. I'm very eager myself to know, like, the full thing. We'll just make the best of what we know. Doesn't this feel interesting? Like the club a little bit? Yeah. If you put it that way, it does seem interesting. Oh geez, here we go. Well then, let's summarize. Let's see. I think it was a curse. Tomitaka-kun thinks it was people, right? Yeah, I'll go with it being people. I also agree with the people explanation. That's not to say I hate such fantastic things like curses. But in this particular case, the connection to a curse is a little weak. 2 for the people explanation then. Renaissance was on the curse side of things, right? Yep. Stoka-chan and I believe it was a curse, right? Yeah, I think it was a curse. People say that Renaissance and Mii-san were equal to begin with are more benefiting of the curse. I see what you're saying. Well, I don't want to believe that my own personality was that twisted, but I have to be cool when I'm in club mode. If I base my choice on just emotion, I'll regret it, you know? Well now, it doesn't really matter which side you pick, does it? Huh? Picture hasn't said anything yet. That's true. What do you think? I don't think that Oyashiro-sama is a bad god. Huh? That's an interesting opinion. I don't want to worship some bad god that just curses people. I like a generous god, more than one that curses. That's right, Rikchan is a shrine maiden. Yep, good opinion. Then what? If Rikchan doesn't believe that it was Oyashiro-sama, then do you think the perpetrators were human after all? We'll just go with that. Well now, that means the voters are split right down the middle. So half of us think it was a curse, and half of us think it was people. They set that up. Ren-chan, just for reference, what did the test players who played the beta version think? That's weird. That's ultra meta. Yeah. There were a lot more players who believed in the people explanation. That's interesting. See right there, I'm one of them. Our veteran comrades are cool, collected, and very observant. Oh, thank you. But the beta version only finished partway through the story. That's right. Even the people who played the beta might change their minds if they got through to the very end. The end is just like, I mean, obviously it's not going to be just people, it just like weirds me out. What should we do then? This means the opinions are still split. It's no fun if we don't settle this. We need it to be an odd number of judges. In other words, we need one more opinion. Perfect timing then. Why don't we ask Punchy-kun himself? Let's call him. The opinion of the victim himself is very valuable. Well, this is interesting. Since that decided, it's time for the phone. Oh, they're calling Punchy. I was really, I had expected my phone to ring and I was gonna be really creeped out. Hello, Punchy-kun? It's Rena. Are you busy with work right now? Yeah, really busy. Just when I thought I'd get a break because the chat was over, it's already time for the next one. How's Punchy-chan? This is how they go around showing him. Although, I assume they weren't supposed to show him with that, because this is the PS2 background art, whatever. How's Punchy-chan? Busy? Yeah, he's moping. I can hear you, you know. It must be very nice to have a wrap-up party. I want to go too. You can come if you get some character art for yourself. Damn. Rika, that's a secret. Sorry about that, Punchy-kun. Anyways, during the current chapter, Punchy-kun, didn't you die? We were just talking about who the culprit might be. Basically, we're deadlocked on whether it was people or Oyashiro-sama's curse that killed you. I'm really sorry, even though you're busy reviewing the script. Punchy-kun, which do you think it was? That's obvious, isn't it? Which? Isn't it both of them? Targeted by suspicious people from the village, and then cursed by some strange Oyashiro-sama on top of that. It's both humans and a curse. Everybody's just picking on me. So very, very pitiful. Next time I'll pat you on the head for you. Oh, Punchy. Poor Punchy. Well, it's interesting to hear from the man himself. Out of story mode. In the end, the opinion's still split, huh? I'll think this over again. We might have missed something. Well, we definitely don't have everything yet. Well then, please look forward to the next release, Higurashi When They Cry, Watanagashi. Thanks, Rena. I'm actually looking pretty forward to it. Although I can't look at you without seeing your scary face, quite honestly. At the end? Dun, dun. Alright, well, that's it for Higurashi When They Cry. Man, last video, this is weird. Like, this is essentially the only thing I've had on my channel. And this is, I mean, I can't say it ended really, right? Because there's gonna be more. But it's weird that it's done for now, you know. I don't, if anyone knows when the next one's coming out, I'll be very happy to know when that is. And you can totally expect me playing it. I'll have to... Quinn, if you're watching, can you put in, I don't remember what video it is, can you put in where the, where, like, the background art thing is? Sorry, it's weird saying this in the video instead of comments. Yeah, but if you could just, like, because, when it comes out, I want to have the nice background, because, like, I think there's a general consensus that the Steam background was pretty shit compared to this beautiful business. Yeah, and so we're gonna look forward to Higurashi When They Cry, Watanagashi, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's really weird that it's gonna end because it's the only thing that I've had on my channel. This is the only thing that's actually getting views, even though it's like what's at the lowest, I don't know, 15 views or whatever. It's still got views to me. That's people that aren't my friends that are subscribed. But welcome to all that. Anyone new that subscribed. I'm sorry this last like what 10 minutes is just me talking to you guys, but it's kind of like a bye for now for those who watch Higurashi. I'm gonna be playing another game. I already said it, called Eden. It's another visual novel, I think. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's a dating sim, so I'm pretty sure it's a visual novel. So I have zero clue to what kind of story it was. Like Higurashi When They Cry, I kind of knew it was a horror thing, solely because I remember reading a comment that said, "Play with the lights off." That's all I heard. I don't like I didn't remember anything else from it. So there's that. For Eden, I have zero clue what's happening. All I know is I saw it, and it said rich story. Cause I mean, that's the kind I'm gonna play. I don't really feel like playing like a dating similar vision novel, cause that are like the typical ones, or just like boobs, harem. I don't really feel like doing one of those at all. Um, so I just saw the head rich story or whatever, and I'm gonna play that. I'm also gonna play. I think it's a JRPG. This one actually is kind of like with like a little more anime related and some big boobs and like mostly it's like all girls. But I just really wanted to play a JRPG, quite honestly. Anyway, thanks for watching this entire series, guys. It means a lot that even one person is watching this. Which I believe like Martin and stuff, who was like one of the first viewers. All of you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being here. Cause like I said in many old videos, I don't talk to people at work, so I only talk to the internet. And thanks for being here and for listening. So until next, guys, thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye bye. Ow.